Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Lily grills Holden about Kane, revealing her feelings for her ex? According to previews for The Young and the Restless, Lily Winters will begin questioning everyone around Kane Ashby about his plans for Genoa City. For a woman who swears she isn't interested in him, she certainly makes an effort to get into his business. Lily has a reason to get the dirt on Kane. Victor Newman hired her to uncover his plans and persuade him to abandon his takeover aspirations. Lily doesn't trust Victor, yet she accepted to work with him. To salvage his relationship with his children, Lily must now act quickly to persuade Kane to abandon his takeover intentions. Lily Winters grills Holden Novak. According to The Young and the Restless teasers, Lily will seek out Holden Novak to learn more about his relationship to Kane. She has a sense he works closely with Kane, but she has no proof. Holden refuses to acknowledge his relationship to Kane. He informs Lily that he was close with Kane, but they had no commercial partnership. Lily refuses to believe him. She assumes Kane and Holden are in a business partnership. She believes that Kane has Holden performing his dirty work while attempting to keep his hands clean. The entire circumstance makes her feel uneasy regarding Kane, and she wonders if she can try anything he has advised her since coming from France. Lily asks Holden difficult questions, refusing to accept any of his responses. She wants the truth because she believes Kane is lying to her. She cannot relax her guard with him until she learns the truth. Holden continues to refuse to come clean, stating he has told her everything he knows. Lily Winters reveals her true feelings for Kane Ashby. According to previews from The Young and the Restless, Kane will tell Lily that he is willing to give up everything for her and their children. None of this money is worth anything without his family. It moves Lily. She attempts to pretend she has no feelings for Kane but fails. She can't deny that they have a past, and it's difficult for her to separate her sentiments from it. Billy Abbott's loyalty to Jack Abbott undermines Kane's master plan. Billy Abbott discusses Kane Ashby's plans to Jack Abbott on Y&R. The Abbott brothers get together to safeguard Jabot from the Aristotle Dumas plan. Warning: explosive spoilers ahead. Y&R spoilers. Billy Abbott's double-cross exposed. Is this redemption or disaster? TLDR. On The Young and the Restless, Billy Abbott tells Jack Abbott that he has been secretly spying on Kane Ashby while claiming to be his ally, gathering information to defend Jabot from Kane's Aristotle Dumas vengeance plot. The Abbott brothers unite against a shocking threat. Hold on to your seats because Billy Abbott has just pulled off the ultimate betrayal. And it's absolutely brilliant. The guy we've seen gamble his riches and sleep with his brother's wife? Yes, that Billy? He's been running a superb con the entire time, playing Kane Ashby like a fiddle, while secretly passing information to Jack Abbott to protect the family legacy. What is Billy Abbott's real plan for Y&R? Billy is a double agent, pretending to be Kane's ally at his new company Arabesque, while gathering intelligence for Jack and the Abbott family. This isn't your average Billy turmoil either. We are talking about employing private investigators, having strategic meetings over cocktails, and making planned actions that would make Victor Newman proud. Everyone assumed the prodigal Abbott son was playing checkers, but he was actually playing 4D chess. His girlfriend Sally Spectra is growing more worried about Billy's dangerous choices. And honestly, she should be. But this is when it gets juicy. Billy has his own hidden agenda. If this idea works out, he intends to give Abbott communications on to Sally. Talk about blending business and pleasure. Does Kane Ashby know Billy is betraying him? No, Kane is unaware that Billy has been spying on him. But the walls are closing in quickly. For months, the mysterious billionaire Aristotle Dumas has been plotting retribution against Genoa City. But Victor Newman found Kane's dirty little secret. His fortunes stem from his father Colin Atkinson's final con attempt, in which he duped a wealthy French woman. Wait, things get better. Why did Kane abruptly cancel his revenge plan? Kane changed his mind after remembering his late father Colin's deathbed plea for him to leave the Dumas identity, telling Phyllis Summers, "The plan is dead."
1 minute he's the big bad billionaire ready to destroy Jabot, and the next he's having memories about his father and calling the whole thing off. After a lot of effort and planning, he suddenly quits. But don't believe this means the drama has ended. Who else is playing double agent in this story? Lily Winters is also a spy, but Victor Newman needs to get close to Kane. That's true, we have two espionage plans functioning concurrently. While Billy is spying for Team Abbott, Lily is doing Victor's dirty work. These two spies have no idea they're working against each other. Can you imagine if Victor accidentally pushed Lily and Kane back together? Their old feelings could revive, and they might band together against the puppet master. What's next for Billy and the Abbott family? Could this suggest Billy is now maturing and respecting John Abbott's legacy? Don't be surprised if this deliberate maneuver is simply the quiet before the storm. This is Billy we're talking about. Given Billy's history of self-sabotage, his newfound maturity seems questionable. Either he's actually turned a corner, or we're watching the build-up to an even worse calamity. Reading between the lines, Jack learning about Billy's side deal with Sally may revive the old Abbott-sibling rivalry. This is likely to result in another dramatic confrontation, maybe tearing the family apart again. Is this the Billy Abbott redemption arc that fans have been waiting for? The contrast is stunning. Billy, the eternal screw-up who gambled away the company jet, is now conducting sophisticated spy operations to save Jabot. Meanwhile, Kane, who built his business on falsehoods and his father's stolen money, is suddenly seeking forgiveness as a deathbed wish? I have been following this show for decades, and this role flip is everything. But let's be honest, supporters are divided. Some fans find the entire Dumas storyline boring and ridiculous. Others believe Billy Flynn is entirely miscast as Kane, claiming he developed a new character rather than continuing with the original. And honestly, they could have a point. What happens if Victor's master plan backfires? Victor Newman may be the chess master, but even he cannot control everything, especially when both his pawns understand they are being played. With Billy and Lily unintentionally working against each other, Kane developing a conscience, and Sally concerned about her boyfriend's risky antics, this powder keg is going to explode. The Abbott-Newman conflict isn't over, it's just getting started. And when Victor's extortion ploy fails, the consequences will be legendary. Mark my words, someone is going down, and it might not be who you expect. Kane impresses Lily, Nate breaks Audra, and Kyle makes a hasty proposal. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, September 1st state that Claire Newman will have the opportunity to react to Kyle Abbott's marriage proposal. Kyle has prepared the Abbott mansion for a special night. It is lighted by candlelight, and Claire will undoubtedly be moved. The proposal is a little unexpected, but Kyle wants the details to be beautiful. Claire may initially believe that their supper is an appropriate venue for discussing their tensions. Claire is getting married? Claire is eager to hear Kyle describe what happened in Nice, and she also wants to express her own concerns about Audra Charles. Claire realizes Kyle's true agenda when he declares his love and devotion. She is shocked when he pulls out a small package and shows her the bling inside. This was not what she expected. Put yourself in her shoes, they've been arguing for days, and he suddenly proposes out of nowhere. Claire uncertain about marriage? Spoilers suggest Claire is upset at being caught off guard. Instead of rolling on the floor with tears streaming down her cheeks, she is understandably cautious. What lady in her position would not be concerned about the timing of Kyle's proposal? Instead of blubbering, Claire could call Kyle out for his arrogance. Will she accuse him of proposing solely to distract her from his odd conduct with Audra? We anticipate Kyle going overboard to reassure her that he honestly, madly, sincerely loves her and wishes to spend the rest of his life with her. Kyle, can you make Claire believe? In other news, Nate Hastings presses Audra to reveal her role in Victor's plan to end Claire's relationship. Audra will finally confess in the upcoming episodes, but how will Nate react to the extent of her deception? Meanwhile, Kane Ashby keeps additional secrets from Lily Winters. Ironically, she was moved by his confessional video to her and their children. Will Kane's lies cause troubles to resurface just as she looks to be open to the possibility of a truce? Despite what he's been telling people, Kane isn't giving up on his goal to take over Genoa City. Do Y&R fans want to see Lily and Kane reconcile, or is she better off saying goodbye to awful trash? On The Young and the Restless, the tension in Genoa City rises as Lily Winters takes center stage, determined to find the truth about Kane Ashby's intentions while dealing with her unresolved love for him, and the stakes could not be higher. Lily, who maintains she has no personal interest in Kane, finds herself mysteriously drawn into his orbit, unable to resist inquiring into his financial activities and relationships, especially as Victor Newman encourages her to serve as his eyes and ears in the hidden realm of corporate maneuvering. Despite her suspicions about Victor and his motivations, Lily grudgingly agrees to gather intelligence on Kane, knowing that failure could compromise not just the stability of her family life but also the delicate bond she has with her children. This takes her to Holden Novak, a man she feels is deeply involved with Kane, and she confronts him with pointed questions, refusing to accept his hazy promises that their relationship is solely amicable and professional. Holden maintains his cool, insisting that he has no secret alliance with Kane, but Lily detects subtle evasions, planned pauses, and guarded looks that reveal a deeper involvement. As the interrogation progresses, Lily's fury grows, as do the stirrings of her residual feelings for Kane. The combination of rage, betrayal, and suppressed desire makes each contact with Holden a crucible that pushes her to confront the unresolved past. Meanwhile, Kane, ever the enigmatic figure, makes a heartfelt confession to Lily, revealing his willingness to give up wealth, power, and ambition for the sake of their children and the possibility of a future together, a revelation that moves Lily deeply and makes it increasingly difficult for her to maintain her emotional distance. At the same time, the corporate chessboard changes dramatically when Billy Abbott, the ultimate double agent, tells Jack Abbott about Kane's secret plans, revealing that he has been gathering intelligence under the guise of alliance, working behind Kane's back to protect Chabot from the vengeful schemes of the mysterious Aristotle Dumas. Billy's smart and precise maneuvering mimics the covert work Lily does on Victor's behalf, producing an ironic symmetry as both sides engage in parallel espionage, unknowingly working against each other, while Kane oscillates between vicious ambition and a desire for redemption. The layers of intrigue thicken as Kane recalls his late father Colin Atkinson's dying wish to abandon the Dumas identity, prompting him to halt the revenge plot that had consumed him, but leaving open the question of whether he can fully disentangle himself from the web of lies and subterfuge he has spun across Genoa City. This intricate tapestry of betrayal, strategy, and emotional turbulence is further complicated by the romantic entanglements of other key players. Kyle Abbott's sudden, impassioned marriage proposal to Claire Newman, intended as a grand gesture to win her trust and devotion, forces Claire into a fraught position of skepticism and reflection, particularly as she juggles lingering doubts about Audra Charles's machinations and Kyle's motives. Nate Hastings, in parallel, against this backdrop, Lily is confronted with not only the deception of those around her, but also the unavoidable truth of her own heart, as Kane's candid vulnerability exposes cracks in the armor she has built around herself and highlights the enduring bond they share, making reconciliation a tantalizing possibility even as danger, deceit, and ambition swirl threateningly on all sides. The intersecting plots of corporate warfare, secret surveillance, family loyalty, and romantic tension converge, crafting a narrative rich in suspense. Billy's apparent redemption arc, his calculated espionage, and his desire to align with Sally Spectra in the eventual transfer of Abbott Communications, Victor Newman's manipulations, which may backfire spectacularly as both Lily and Billy's covert operations run counter to one another, and Kane's moral quandary, balance. Meanwhile, the personal stakes remain intimate and emotionally charged. Lily's relentless questioning of Holden, her struggle to reconcile anger with residual affection for Kane, and her careful adherence to Victor's orders reflect the delicate balance she strikes between duty, loyalty, and her own heart's desires. As the plot progresses, viewers are treated to a masterclass in layered soap opera intrigue, the push and pull of old flames rekindling, power players' strategic chess moves reshaping corporate and personal landscapes, and subtle, human moments of vulnerability, such as Kane's heartfelt declarations and Lily's conflicted emotions, that ground the high-stakes machinations in relatable, emotionally resonant terrain. All the while, the shadow of Dumas' conspiracy hovers, threatening to overturn empires and undo well-prepared plans, but also giving the chance of redemption, reconciliation, and, maybe, even love reclaimed amidst the chaos. In this complex interplay of espionage, romance, and ambition, The Young and the Restless demonstrates the timeless appeal of intertwining personal passions with power struggles, emphasizing that in Genoa City, no secret is kept hidden for long, every action has consequences, and even the most calculated players are vulnerable to the unpredictable forces of the heart. From Lily's persistent interrogation of Holden to Kane's conflicted loyalties and Billy's double-agent exploits, every character's decisions reverberate across familial, romantic, and professional spheres, laying the groundwork for a drama so complex that one misstep, whether in love or strategy, could spark explosive consequences. The unfolding saga invites viewers to consider not only the morality of the characters' schemes, but also the enduring power of human connection, how love can drive deception, loyalty can conceal betrayal, and how the past continues to shape the present in compelling and heartbreaking ways. Finally, as secrets are revealed, alliances shift, and hearts are tested, Genoa City becomes a landscape where ambition collides with emotion, and where Lily's dual role as a mother and reluctant spy, Kane's quest for redemption, and Billy's risky gambit converge to create a suspenseful, emotionally charged, and richly textured narrative that keeps audiences riveted, pondering who will triumph, who will falter, and who might eventually find a way to reconcile love, on the young and the restless. The stakes in Genoa City have never been higher, as Lily Winters finds herself caught between her lingering, undeniable feelings for Kane Ashby, the pressing demands of Victor Newman, and the ever-shifting alliances that threaten to upend her world, a situation that forces her to question every trust, every assumption, and every hidden motive around her, beginning with Holden Novak, whose enigmatic behavior and carefully measured words only fuel her suspicions that he is playing a more significant role in Kane's plans than he is willing to admit, and as she confronts him with pointed questions, pressing for every scrap of truth while reading the subtle cues of his body language, the tightening of his jaw, the flicker of avoidance in his eyes, and the guarded tones in his voice, Lily feels a swirl of frustration and apprehension, wondering if Kane is truly capable of deceiving her after all these years, a thought that makes her heart ache even as her mind races with the practical necessity of stopping any takeover schemes that might endanger her family, her children, and the fragile semblance of order in the city she calls home, and yet, despite her resolve to remain detached and analytical, she cannot help but recall moments of tenderness, vulnerability, and intimacy shared with Kane, memories that threaten to undermine her objectivity and that make every interaction with Holden feel like a test of her own heart as much as a pursuit of truth, a duality that leaves her feeling simultaneously empowered and destabilized, even as Kane himself struggles with his own conflicting desires, torn between the magnetic pull of ambition, the desire for control and influence, and the longing for personal redemption and familial reconnection, particularly in light of his father Colin Atkinson's dying wish that he abandon the Dumas identity and forsake the elaborate revenge plot that had once consumed him, a decision that prompts Kane to re-evaluate not only his professional strategies but also his moral compass and emotional priorities, leading him to make overtures toward Lily that are both sincere and strategically vulnerable, revealing his willingness to give up wealth, power, and prestige for the simple yet profound goal of being present in the lives of their children, an act of transparency and emotional openness that both disarms and confounds Lily, making it increasingly difficult for her to maintain the stoic, business-like demeanor she had imposed upon herself in order to navigate Victor's convoluted machinations, while simultaneously, across town, Billy Abbott, who has long been seen as the unpredictable and reckless scion of the Abbott family, emerges as an unlikely mastermind in a parallel web of intrigue, operating as a double agent who feigns loyalty to Kane Ashby while covertly funneling critical intelligence to Jack Abbott in order to safeguard Jabot communications from the elaborate revenge strategy orchestrated under the guise of the mysterious